Now let's talk about essential report components. A report itself is really just a blank canvas where we place objects that can consume data from data sources through data sets, which are really just objects that run a query and return a set of data, into the report body or other areas of the report. So the report body is really the area of the report where we place these different data regions and report items, as opposed to a page header or a page footer. Data regions are things like tables, matrices, lists, also charts and maps. Are regions that can consume data. And report items are the generic name that we give individual items in the report, like an image, a line, a text box, rectangle. Let's equate that to this example report. So this is a simple multi-level grouped table report where we can see a header at the top. So that would be the report header. We could have a page header and page footer that show things like page numbers and parameter summaries that may be repeated on each page at the top and or bottom of the report. This report is grouped, so we can see the calendar year, which is one grouping. There we see 2010 and 2011. And then we can see the product categories and product subcategories are also grouped, and they have subtotals. This is a table report that defines the data region, and individual report items on this report would include text boxes. Data regions and report items can be seen on the Insert ribbon of Report Builder. Here you see data regions on the left side, table, matrix, list, and then under data visualizations and report items, these are different report items that can be used to assemble a report. We'll be taking a look at some of these in detail as we get more into report design. Report use cases and component selection. Let's start by talking about, at a high level, different categories of reports. So probably the simplest type of reporting are what we call operational reports. These are generally reports in a traditional sense that just return data from a query in not a highly formatted fashion, but they may be grouped and aggregated. But we think of ledgers, invoices, lists, manifests, that kind of thing are typically operational reports that are used day to day to run the business. Interactive reporting essentially means that the report is not just something that we look at or we print, but it's something that the user can interact with and can use to drill down, drill through, be able to navigate from one report to another, and get to lower levels of detail to be able to get insights and understand the meaning behind high-level aggregated values. And then analytical reporting is a newer category of reports that tend to be more visual. We think of dashboards, scorecards, and reports that have more visual content that shows data in aggregate, but it may use interactivity to be able to drill through, drill down, and the end result may be an operational report that we navigate to from an analytical report. Data regions within a report might include a table. Here's an example of a table report. This table report has 3 levels of groupings with drill down. So tables can be fairly sophisticated and can provide a lot of meaningful information. A matrix report. Here's a simple example of a matrix report that really looks like a table, but we also have data that's grouped across columns, which means that if we filtered the data to bring back more countries with aggregate data, the report would grow horizontally in kind of a pivot form. These are 3 examples of chart reports, a column chart down at the bottom, grouped both by year and then by month, with one axis scale on the left. Here's an area chart that has 4 different series and a legend up at the top, also grouped by year and then month. We see a bubble chart or scatter chart that allows us to visualize multiple values. If you look in the tooltip up here, you can see that for mountain bikes, I have a simple profit, a cost, and an order quantity, where the x-axis, y-axis, and the size of the bubble represent those 3 different values, and then the color of the bubble represents the category. A number of visual components can be used to assemble dashboard and scorecard style reports. And this is an example of a report that has gauges. It has a table with integrated KPI indicators, also has a table with spark lines. It has a map and it has a chart. So all of these components can be used together to assemble a dashboard style report that provides business leaders with information at a glance in one page, and then a level of sophistication where they can click, drill down, and drill through and interact with the data on this report.